So Donald had a 12-year-old boy. He was a Standard 8 candidate this year. So schools have been reopened, ordered reopened, so boy goes back to school in Kisumu. Boy is a very active child, right? He's a very good footballer. In fact, in that school, he's known one of the boys who would be counted on to help the team to win the tournaments. So very active in football. Developed a slight cold. So he was just sneezing. No high temperature, no fever, nothing. He was just sneezing once in a while, and then he'd move on. Played football. Following morning, goes to shower in the morning just before they go to class. He and his cube mates in the dormitory, because they have 2 double deckers, so there are 4 in the dorm, the 4 boys. They go to the shower. So he showers, he comes out of the shower cubicle, he falls down, and he can't breathe. Of course, his cube mates come to his aid, and they're trying to help him. They call for support from teachers. So teachers also come to help. Rush the boy to hospital. The boy passed away, unfortunately. 12-year-old boy passed away. Tested, he had COVID-19. Now, this story here gets even more sad because the other 3 boys who were in the same cubicle with him have since died. The 2 teachers who came to their aid, they're reportedly in ICU. So you're talking about boy dies, cube mates die in a span of within 2 weeks, teachers in ICU. When I was speaking with Donald, I could feel the pain. And the pain for him was, this is my only child, the 12-year-old. He says he's a divorcee. He is in Kericho County. And the son was buried in Kisumu County. Local authorities could not even allow him to transport the body for burial for some reason. He is so bitter with the school, so bitter with the Ministry of Education for ordering the schools to reopen, so bitter with the county government for what has been done. He's so bitter when he sees politicians sitting down like Raila Odinga yesterday saying, you know what, we must move on with BBI. There'll always be something. What is COVID? There'll always be something. This is what Raila said yesterday. If it's not COVID, it's going to be locusts. If it's not locusts, it's going to be floods. If it's not floods, it's going to be famine. There'll always be something. We cannot stop just because there's COVID. When Donald hears a leader saying something like that, he spoke, he was speaking to me on the phone. You could tell that this man is actually broken. This is what we are dealing with in the country now. As we're saying, oh, there's COVID and there's no COVID.
And the demands that you continue to make, the conversations that we continue to have, the discussions, the demands that you continue to make are not because you want to make noise, because that's the reality on the ground. It is the reality. There is nothing that you'll be able to tell Donald, for example, and he is going to equate the death of his child, the death of those 3 boys, those additional 3 boys, the sickness of these 2 teachers who are now in ICU. He's going to equate that to poor decision making on the side of a government that had all contrary indications and evidence pointing to a decision that you should have made in the opposite, but you chose not to. The death of this boy, then, is in the hands of that decision.
He's also bitter with the school because apparently since then the school hasn't even closed.
That school should have been closed.
They moved on.
That school should have been closed.
And the story hasn't been told anywhere.
How many other stories
are untold?
There must be many.
Very many. COVID-19 is real, guys.